morning, everyone. Today we celebrate the incredible achievements of these graduates. I'd like to begin by recognizing the Dean of Health Professions, Marty Sullivan. There she is in the back. I would also like to recognize two of our clinical instructors, Cassie Adkins and Shanna Sayers. Now I'd like to introduce the Radiation Oncology faculty. I'm Tilly Connor, the director of the program. Brenda Greenway is our clinical coordinator for the Virginia Western campus. And we have Carrie Cropper from the Northern Virginia campus, clinical coordinator. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. Their support, dedication, and hard work is invaluable. Graduates, the pinning ceremony is a formal acknowledgement of your hard work, dedication, and commitment to becoming compassionate radiation therapists. Congratulations, you've earned this moment, and we're so very proud of you. The journey to becoming a radiation therapist is challenging, but your perseverance has shown through. Remember the lessons you've learned, embrace the opportunities to make a difference, and never stop learning. Your compassion, empathy, and dedication will make you outstanding radiation therapists. We're so grateful for the support of our faculty, clinical staff, and families. Thank you for believing in these graduates and for your unwavering support. As we officially welcome our new radiation therapists into the profession, I wish them all the best in their future careers. I know it's been tough at times, but remember, the tassel's worth the hassle. Congratulations, class of 2025.
As Ms. Connor mentioned, my name is Brenda Greenway, and I am the clinical coordinator for the students here in Roanoke, and I also teach all 12 of them in many of my classes, so I have gotten to know them all pretty well. Thank you guys for being here today to celebrate their big accomplishment. I've spent 2 years with these guys, and I can tell you that for most of these students, you all are why they sit here. Your support and love and encouragement has been the fuel to carry them through those long nights of studying, those early mornings of heading to clinical before sunup, those weekends of studying and missing out on all the fun stuff. You are their why, and I thank you for that, for encouraging them every step of the way. I frequently ask the students at the end of the program, did this field end up being what you thought it would be? And many state that this field is so much more than that. It was more than they could ever anticipate, and so much more than they ever hoped. Most say they can't imagine doing anything else. What an awesome field that we're blessed to be a part of. You guys are getting ready to embark on the amazing privilege as radiation therapists to provide cancer care to one of the most vulnerable patient populations. Always keep them your number one priority. They trust us with their well-being and healing. Never lose sight that no matter how busy you are, no matter how behind you are, they deserve our very best every single day. As you begin this next chapter, know that I am so proud of each one of you. I've seen the struggle. I've seen the tears, the exhaustion, and we have had a lot of laughs too, that's for sure. It's time to celebrate. So well done, graduates. Let's put this into perspective. Over 1,300 clinical hours, 26 classes completed, 2 years of sacrifice, and too many miles to count on your car. I know some of you wondered if your car was going to make it, Jenny, but here you are. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do the hard things, because you can and you have. I can't wait to see where the next chapter leads you. It has been a joy to walk with you these past 2 years. Your next adventure awaits. Congratulations, graduating class of 2025.
Good morning. I'm Carrie Cropper, and I am over the Northern Virginia cohort. So I must say it's been truly a pleasure working with Christina, Nathan, Olin, and Benjamin. The 2 years went by very fast. I don't know about you all, but for me, I felt like it went by very, very fast. So just a few words I wanted to say is I've watched you grow, not just in skill, but in presence and patience and quiet will. From first days in scrubs to confident care, you've proven that healing takes more than just air. It takes spirit, it takes strength, it takes choosing to try, even on days when you may want to cry. You carry more than a beam's gentle might. You carry compassion, you carry light. And though I'm one part, I've had the great pride of standing beside you and walking that stride. So from here on, I want to encourage you. It has truly been a pleasure, and I look forward to all of the things that you accomplish. Next, we will have a student speaker. Yes.
Good morning, faculty, graduates, family, friends, and honored guests. Today is the start of a new beginning, marked by countless hours of learning, hard work, frustration, maybe some tears here and there, and dedication. As we gather for this pinning, which is a huge milestone, I am honored to be surrounded by the people who have supported and guided me on this long and difficult and exhausting, but still worth it, journey. Radiation therapy is not just pushing some buttons, but for me, it is a calling. I believe that great therapists are compassionate, detail-oriented, teammates, self-starters, hard workers, and have a strong understanding of the field. As radiation therapists, we are entrusted with the care of patients during some of their most difficult times. This field has taught me not only how to operate the technical part of the machines and computers, but also to give patients emotional support, listen to concerns, and offer a sense of hope in a time of uncertainty. Every patient we treat is a person with a story, a family, and dreams. My passion in this field really grew as soon as I had my first treatment clinical rotation. It showed me a side of therapy that just cannot be taught. I have always loved interaction with people, and maybe that is why I enjoy therapy so much, but for me, it's more than just that. It is something that I'm finally doing in life that can and does make a difference, something that my children can be proud of, and I will carry that with me forever. I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to our professors and mentors. Thank you for your constant support and dedication. To your students in this field, you've not only imparted knowledge, but also inspired me to be a better professional, caregiver, and person. To my family and loved ones, thank you for your patience and understanding and putting up with the long hours of studying and being at the computer for what feels like days sometimes. Your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and I carry your love and encouragement with me every day. To my fellow graduates, we have come a long way since day one of this class. We have faced challenges, both academic and personal, and have learned from those mistakes and challenges, which has helped us grow into more capable, positive, and stronger therapists. Some of you may want to be dosimetrists, physicists, or move up the success ladder in our field. I wish all of you success in your goals and dreams of whatever you do next. Today, as we receive our pins, we are not just symbolizing the completion of our educational journey, but the beginning role in a healthcare community that is a vital, compassionate, and ever-evolving. As we move on and begin our careers, let us never forget why we chose this path. Let us hold on to the responsibility we have to our patients, their families, and to each other. We are part of something greater than ourselves. And with each treatment we administer, each patient we care for, we contribute to a world that desperately needs hope and healing. In closing, I'd like to share a quote that we all know and have heard probably many times. But to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. This is what we do every day. We impact lives in profound ways. And today, we are one step closer to becoming the therapists, healers, and advocates that our patients need. Thank you, and I wish all of you a future filled with success, compassion, and the strength to face whatever challenges lie ahead.
By the way, this was Beth Williams. Let's give her another hand. Now it's time for our pinning. The pinning ceremony symbolizes your achievement of completing the educational requirements that enable you to take your national licensing boards. The pin symbolizes your dedication to the higher principles of respect, competency, service, and integrity. And I just want to add to that, don't ever forget where you come from. And it takes a team to achieve what you need to achieve. Okay. As I call your name, please come and receive your pin. Olin I'm going to get this right, hold on. Olin Akasholo. Haley Desper. Catherine Griffin. Jennifer Williams. Riley Hall. Christina Hanna. Benjamin Morley. Haley Muchler. Nathan Altman. Madison Dalton. Michael Taylor. And last but not least, Elizabeth Beth Williams. Beth, before you sit down, I'm going to ask you all to go to the front for a special presentation. Once this is over, everyone is free to go, and we thank you so much for coming. And let's give these graduates another hand.